All children deserve parents, but not all parents deserve children.
Henry! Hey, I was listening to that! And now you're going to listen to me. Why can't you be more like Peter?
How rude can you get? And just imagine the devastating impact on Henry's self-esteem of just constantly being compared to his younger brother. Such is the case for Horrid Henry's mum. But whilst Fuming Francesca might be a child hater, at least she's not an animal hater. Unlike her old friend, Mr. Bean. Let me show you some stone-cold sociopathy from old Beano. Note this aggressive, violent dog on the other side of the fence. I wouldn't want to face that, would you? Especially not if I were a cat. Pitting two animals against each other so that they fight to the death? And then laughing about it? That's straight up evil, actually. Using his warped logic, Mr. Bean believes he is doing this for a good reason. Indeed, he almost kills this cat so that he can, checks notes, rescue his teddy bear. If Mr. Bean hates normal animals, like cats, imagine how much he would hate Little Brown Bear, especially if he saw his uncanny, freakishly human eyes.
What the hell is this?
As we consider this terrible trio, let me ask you, who is the most sociopathic? LBB, Mr. Bean, or Horrid Henry's mum? Before we start, please remember to hit subscribe to support the channel. Thank you. The scientific name for sociopathy, by the way, is antisocial personality disorder. According to experts, sociopaths don't actually have a sense of morality. They don't care about what's right and they care even less about what's wrong. How their actions might make other people feel does not even factor into their thinking. On that note, hold Little Brown Bear's beer. I know, he's a kid, he's not meant to be drinking beer, but please, just go with the metaphor.
He just fell asleep.
Mummy, is the little baby going to sleep for a long time? I'd really like to wake him up.
He'll wake up soon, little bear.
It would be super inconsiderate of LBB to wake up the baby. Inconsiderate to both the adults, who are enjoying some well-deserved peace and quiet, and to the baby, for whom sleep is essential to develop and grow. A non-sociopathic bear would leave the baby in peace, maybe even volunteer to go and fetch him an extra blanket.
I'll come back.
This is classic sociopathy from LBB. He doesn't care about showing respect to the adults, and he cares even less about the baby's health and well-being. He wants the baby awake, and so the baby shall be awakened.
Shh! Stop that, little bear.
But it's only some music for the baby.
Oh dear, you woke him up with all that noise.
Oh dear.
When your parents are so easygoing that you have to discipline yourself, then it's a sad state of affairs indeed. LBB's reasoning might just be the stupidest thing I've ever heard, by the way. As he put it, it was only some music for the baby. Because sleeping babies famously love the sound of a banging drum. In fact, it's so dumb that I actually think LBB did this out of stupidity rather than malice. I don't want to ascribe sociopathy when in reality, Little Brown Bear is just being a little brown brat. Not the cool new brat either. He's just like a traditional annoying brat. And also, I don't want to go all Shane Dawson, just calling everyone and anyone a sociopath just for the hell of it. That act got old pretty damn fast.
Sociopath.
So, no, I don't think Little Brown Bear is a verified sociopath. Yet. After all, he's just a kid. However, if Little Brown Bear gets a pass on the basis of being young, we cannot make the same excuse for Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean may have the mental age of a child, his best friend is a teddy bear after all, but in reality, he's a fully grown adult. Bean may seem goofy and innocent. His behaviour is certainly exaggerated for comedic effect, but his actions are frequently dangerous, and he often doesn't take into account the safety and well-being of others. Like the time when he, and I'm not making this up, uses an ironing board to surf down the stairs of his house. As this user puts it, this is one of the dumbest shenanigans Mr. Bean has ever done. Great word, shenanigans. Great word. Bean's silly behaviour, played up for laughs, actually shows a callous disregard for the safety of others. Indeed, his sheer recklessness ends up injuring poor old Mrs. Wicket. Mrs. Wicket is hospitalised due to Mr. Bean's irresponsible behaviour. She even ends up having to wear a neck brace. All that pain. She's got crutches, she's limping, she can barely move her head.
Where's the cat? Hey!
All that pain caused by Mr. Bean. On the flip side, Mr. Bean may simply have an IQ so low that we actually cannot hold him accountable for his actions. So, once again, I don't think Mr. Bean is a cut and dry sociopath. In my opinion, he's just not particularly bright. To quote Hanlon's razor, never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. Bloody hell, look at us doing philosophy. We looked at Occam's razor in the last video too. The simplest explanation is most likely the right one. Who says you don't learn anything from watching Snipe Snap videos? Self-glazing aside, it is noteworthy that the creator of Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson, does not even like the character himself.
He's a character who's furthest away from my own character. As a person, I don't like him at all. I think he's very odd and pretty weird and not very nice.
If Rowan Atkinson can't stand Mr. Bean, then he would absolutely detest Horrid Henry's mum. Fuming Francesca is many things. Heartless, cruel, callous, but one thing she isn't is stupid. She knows exactly what she's doing when she mistreats her eldest son. There's a popular theory which states that, whilst Henry's mum is a demon in the TV show, she's far more reasonable in the original Horrid Henry books, which were written by Francesca Simon. This user makes that very argument, stating, thankfully, in the books the mum is actually supportive and good, but pick sides sometimes. It's so nice, by the way, to be able to use comments made on my older videos in my current videos. So please, do share your thoughts in the comments. I could well end up using them in a future Snipe Snap video. I used to agree with the theory of book mum good, TV mum bad, based on my recollection of reading the books as a child. But upon further research, it's actually totally untrue. Be it in the books, or be it in the TV show, Fuming Francesca can't help but treat Henry absolutely appallingly, no matter what the medium is. Henry is more horrid in the books, absolutely, but the way he's treated is simply unjustifiable from a moral standpoint. Let's take a look at the following passage, taken from the book Don't Be Horrid, Henry, by Francesca Simon. Mum, Peter's doing something terrible, said Horrid Henry. He's drawing on the walls. Mum ran upstairs. I didn't do it. My hand did, said Peter. What a ridiculous excuse, by the way. It was Henry's idea. No, it wasn't. Don't be horrid, Henry, shouted Mum. But I didn't do anything, said Henry. You're the eldest. You should have stopped him, said Mum. Go to your room. In this scene, Fuming Francesca reveals her sociopathic traits. She shows absolutely zero regard for what's fair or morally right. Remember, for Francesca, reality doesn't matter. She's already decided Henry's the troublemaker, no questions asked. She doesn't care about who did what, only that Henry fits her fixed narrative as the horrid one. As this user quite rightly points out, I bet if Henry even did try to stop Peter, he'd be accused of being horrid to him. Indeed, the real horror sometimes isn't the horrid child. Instead, it's the heartless parent who keeps him in that horrid headspace. Maybe the show's called Horrid Henry not because he's horrid, but because his life is horrid. Ever think of that? So then, the true sociopath on our list? Fuming Francesca. Or is that Cruel Caroline? Heartless Hannah? Neglectful Natalie? Negative Nancy? Dear God, I wish they'd give our girl an official name.
That carrot casserole was amazing, Henry and Peter's mom. Well, thank you.
Wait, why isn't Emo having lunch with Henry's family? What the Smash that like button if you want a video on the obscure lore surrounding the mysterious Horrid Henry goth girl. There's gotta be some deeper meaning there, surely. Snipe Snappers, let me know what type of content you'd like to see in the future. More Mr. Bean, more LBB, or does Silly Simon, or Stoner Simon as I call him, maybe he deserves another video. Who knows, maybe 42 minutes wasn't enough. Thank you for watching. Snipe, Snap, out.